Played with love, I learned my lesson. In your arms, I felt protected.
How y'all doing? We back at Favor with another interview. It's your boy JT Runnin Man, and I'm here tonight with the lovely Kayla Rae.
What's
Kayla,
up?
how you doing tonight?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, thank you. I'm doing good. Thank you for coming down to the shop, checking out what we got over here a little bit. So I want to really just jump right into it. We were talking a little bit before the cameras got rolling about your background, where you're from a little bit.
Yeah.
So I know you're not born in Denver, but let's talk about your introduction to the Denver music scene. How'd you get started out here?
Yeah, I moved up here about 3 years ago.
Okay, so fairly new, yeah.
Yeah, I'm fairly new still. And I think I had my first show out here when I was performing with this cover band. I'm actually still with the band, but we were doing like this random show at the Breakers.
Okay.
And then I did my first like solo show as Kayla Rae shortly after that. And ever since then, like I was just, people were asking me to perform at their events and stuff. Yeah.
Took off right away.
Yeah.
Okay, talent spoke for itself kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you start getting involved with kind of like the more of the people like I know you work closely with Doobie Newton, I know you've worked with Napalm and stuff like that. When did you kind of start getting involved with those type of people?
I think I first heard about Doobie like 2 years ago.
Okay.
It was funny because he like hit up my inbox one time on Instagram. He was like, "What's up?" He was like, "You may have heard of me. My name's Doobie Newton," and I had no idea who he was. I was like,
"Okay, Doobie, we see."
I was like,
you.
"Actually, no," but and we actually met up at KMG like to do this reference track for Rihanna.
Okay.
But we didn't really even meet that night. We were just there like in the same session, and then last year was when we first started working together.
Okay.
And it was because I got on Summer Jam and KS was like, you know, we want a single. And I write all my music, you know, but he's like one of the dopest in the city to me.
He really is.
So I was like, let me just branch out a little bit. And so
experiment a little bit with that kind of side. Yeah.
So I hit him up and I was like, let's write together.
Yeah.
And then we worked on Practice. Like that was the first song we worked on.
Okay, so let's talk about Practice. It's a really big deal. It's a big deal for the city, obviously. It's a big deal because we don't get a whole lot of our own artists that get to make it onto the KS 1075 level or to the Summer Jam level. So when you guys were making that song, when you guys were writing that song, did you think it was going to have the impact that it did have when it dropped?
I knew when we were writing it, it was going to be the single.
You knew it was going to be
I knew it was going to be the one, and I was like, ain't nobody going to tell us nothing. Like, this is the one we're going to
I've always wanted to ask people how they feel when they in the studio and they have a hit. And, like, when you made that song, did you know it was a hit? You know what I mean? When you step out?
Because, like, as an artist, you get tired of listening to yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
So, you know when you have that one that you don't get tired of.
And that was the one.
And it just, that was the one.
So what was the process behind that? Obviously, it's a very intimate song. Obviously, it's very involved. What were your guys' process behind that?
He played me this beat like on YouTube, and we had we had our homeboy like make a new beat just from that. But he was like, "How the hell this happened, baby?" And I was like, "That shit's tight." And so we just wrote from there. Honestly, like in the kitchen, in the basement, like I think like we went over it like 2 days maybe.
Really?
And then when we recorded it, it was just like we were all in there like, "Oh shit, this is tight."
This is it. How long after that did you guys get ready or get started on the music video?
It was a while after actually. Like I was kind of behind with that whole process because it all happened like so fast. I didn't expect it to like blow up like it did. Honestly,
like that. Yeah.
I think we did the video after Summer Jam.
Okay.
Was it? Yeah, or like no, we did it right before Summer Jam and then dropped it the day after.
Summer Jam. Okay.
So we released the song and then maybe like a month later we worked on the video.
I like the video a lot too because it has like that love and basketball kind of vibe to it. Is that what you guys were kind of going for a little bit?
When we wrote the song, I knew that's exactly where I wanted to take the video. That's what it reminded me of.
And Practice, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I gotta have a video where like, at first it was gonna be me playing the guy, and then I was like, nah. So I just got 2 people to do it, and instead of like in the movie Quincy wins the game. So I was like, we're gonna have the girl win it this time.
Switch it up a little bit.
And it makes sense with the song too. You know, she's like, step it up. Or
everything fits together well. And you guys have a little bit of choreography, dancing and stuff like that. Was
Shout
that you?
To Gina.
Okay, I was gonna ask about that. How did you guys get that together? You have somebody who does that for you? Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we I've been with some dancers for a while now.
Okay.
And we had to work on the choreography for Summer Jam. Okay. So Gina Medina is the one who choreographed it.
Okay, shout out Gina.
Yeah, shout out Gina. And she made it work for the video. Okay. And honestly, it was kind of last minute with that too. So they like really came through.
You can't tell, they all came through. It's an A1 video. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Thanks. So we've been talking a lot about Summer Jam too. We bring up Summer Jam a lot. Yeah. Let's talk about Summer Jam, because that's another big thing for the city. I think Trev Rich did Summer Jam a couple years ago. But other than that, we don't get a whole lot of artists that are doing Summer Jam as well. So talk to us about that experience. What was it like being on such a big stage?
It was like everything I've dreamt of. You know what I mean? Like as an artist, you know, playing like intimate shows is nice because you get to really connect with people. But something like Summer Jam, that's the goal. You know, like
obviously,
to be in a space like that. And it was crazy. Like the day after, I went back to work and I was so like depressed.
Like, what am I doing here? Why am I here?
Yes, I was like, why am I here? When can I get that feeling again? Because it was everything I had worked for, and I spent months like preparing for that. So just to finally get on that stage was incredible. It was like kind of surreal. Really?
So what are some things that you kind of took away from that experience? Because I seen that, I kind of snooped on your IG a little bit. I seen the whole the reel from Summer Jam, and I seen that you got to meet a couple of artists and things like that. But how was that? What kind of things did you take away from that experience that you can apply now?
Yeah, just to like stay consistent, because every artist that was there, you know, like Saweetie was fairly new, but everybody there has been putting in their work for a minute. You know what I mean? And
it's a huge stage. Summer Jam is a big stage.
It
is,
what I mean? And I felt like I earned it. You know what I mean? I was like, definitely. I earned that spot, but those people up there have been working their asses off for forever, and you know that's the kind of thing I want to reach is our consistent stages like that.
That type of consistency.
And I don't even think Wiz saw me perform, but he met me backstage, and Rosa was like, "This was your opening act, you know?" He's like, "What's up?" And he knew nothing about me, you know what I mean? And it was probably so like little to him, but he was like, "Just keep going." He was like, "Don't stop what you're doing."
And that meant a lot to you.
It did. It did. I was like, "Thanks. I'm not gonna stop."
Now in a few years, when you see him again, you could tell him, "Hey, remember me? I was backstage."
Me? Yeah. Like, what? Who are you?
So let's talk about Changed Up.
Yeah.
So I know it just dropped recently. Well, the video just dropped recently. Let's talk about that song. It's kind of I like that it came out at the beginning of 2019 because it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's like a new year, new me kind of song, but it is like a, you know, obviously we moving on to bigger and better things. Yep. So let's talk about that.
It wasn't even planned, honestly. Like me and my producer John, we went in the studio on New Year's Eve. And, you know, we both had plans that night, but we were like, let's just write today, like whatever.
Yeah.
And I had this concept in my phone of a song called Exchange, and basically it was about something completely different. And so I was like, changed up, and I just kind of went from there, and I was like, just feeling it. It was in the air, you know, like you said, New Year, whatever. And so I just went with it, and I wrote it, and he was like, let's save it for the EP. And I was like, yeah, but I was like, what if we release it at the top of the year? Because then it makes sense.
It does, like I said, it's
and
it
just
like a new year,
felt
new me.
Right. Like it just felt like a statement, and I really believe in like manifesting what you want. You know, like you have to speak that into existence. And so I was like, let me put this out and kind of like see what comes.
Set the tone after, you know, it's for the whole year. Now you said you got in there and you had something that you had that was totally different, and you kind of moved. Does that happen a lot when you go in the studio? Do you start with one idea and come out with something totally different?
That happens all the time.
That's the process behind it.
Yeah. Or sometimes you'll think something, you know, you'll want to go in writing about something, and you know it might just not be the time. You're like, you know, we got to save this for something else. So it always switches.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so for the video too, because you know it's a good video. You said that you edited a lot of the video.
The whole thing by
yourself.
The only thing I didn't do, there was like a bump on my face that someone had to go in and blur out. But that was the only thing. Everything else, you know, from start to finish, I cut that.
How was that? Do you dabble a lot in like videography and things like that? So.
I do pretty like, you know, because before last year, like before I really got a team, I was just doing this solo anyway.
You're just trying to do it yourself.
So I was always doing videos, and like I was always, you know, I'm in Logic Pro, like making my own music. So I'm always like very hands-on.
You try to get your hands into everything.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely.
It's exciting.
Well, that's exciting, especially to have a project and when it comes out so good and with such an impact that it's had so far. You know what I mean? It's nice to see that when you work hard, it pays off.
It was so nice. I was like, good. People like it.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. It's good to make music that you like, but it's also nice when you get recognized by everybody else. I want to talk about what can we expect in the future of 2019 from Kayla Rae. Do we have? I heard you say EP.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna expect the EP coming out soon, or
maybe I really just don't know. Like,
okay.
I could tomorrow, you know, because I make music every day.
I see you always working. You're always in the studio, so I'm sure you got the catalog.
I have a lot of music. I just want it to be right, you know. Like I was saying earlier, I just want it to be more personal, you know. Like I want to keep releasing music because I want people to get to know me a little better, so that when the project does come, it means just as much to other people.
Okay,
you know?
Because on the way over here, I was listening to your music. You have a ton of singles that are on iTunes, and then you're on some collab projects and things like that you can listen to. There's no solid projects.
Yeah.
So you know that's the one thing I think that we're waiting for is the one Kayla Rae project. Like you said, you got to make sure that's right.
And I want that. I want people to wait for it. Like I want people to be ready for it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to put it out and it just
kind of be there, just be there.
I want it to mean something. So I do have a lot of music this year, a lot of singles that I'm going to put out. Definitely.
Yeah. Make sure y'all go check out the practice single. Make sure y'all go check out the Changed Up single. Kayla, I want to thank you for coming down to the Favorite Shop. We appreciate everything that you've done. And that's a wrap.
Don't make me question how the hell this happened, baby. Don't treat this shit like practice, baby.